Swadishthana Chakra is particularly important to me, and as I mentioned earlier in our discussion, this was where my journey started. When I first started dabbling with this Sahaj form of meditation, I knew I had a problem in this regard. I knew that if I spent 5 hours trying to assimilate a certain subject matter, let's say metallurgy or strength of materials, whatever I was trying to understand at that point in time, I would spend that time and I would come away feeling that I didn't accomplish enough. Why? Because while I was trying to absorb that information, my attention was in 4 other places where they should not be. At that point in time, and I'll be honest, I would really envy those who could just, as they say, zone in. I would still say I have a long way to go in this regard. And what I have learned in practicing Sahaj meditation so far, and what I like to share with others who are learning as well, is that there are ways that we can improve the attention, and there are very simple techniques. I mean, the foot soak, again, the foot soak is like the mothership of treatments in many ways. It takes care of so many of these energy centers and attributes. The foot soak is a great way, and also just to be able to cool it down, because more often than not, technology was supposed to make life easier for us, but in some ways we're doing even more today than we used to, let's say 15 years ago, and we are trying to work even harder, trying to absorb a lot of stimulus from the outside world, and all that has an effect on the Swadhisthana. We tend to get a little bit frenetic inside, and the way to cool it down is to use the water and to use the ice and bring some balance and set reasonable expectations for ourselves, because that's probably one of the challenges, is that we are getting hit with so many different sources of stimulus that the internal body and the attention is getting overloaded and overwhelmed. And so we do need to help that attention and the liver, which is the seat of the attention in the context of this form of meditation. We need to help it to cope with these new demands. And the other side, the emotional aspect of the Swadhisthana, what I experienced is that if you're not taking care of both the emotional and the rational being at this level, we can actually find ourselves in a situation where this very thirst, the hunger or the desire to evolve, to adapt, to modify, to enjoy, that very hunger starts to get compressed. And I would say the worst case scenario would be cases of depression, where a person doesn't even have the drive to get out of bed in the morning. What gets me out of bed in the morning? What gets you out of bed in the morning? There is some hunger, there are some objectives that we want to get someplace, we want to enjoy something. And that is tied to the Swadhisthana Chakra.